for less. No one. Week 1 in the NFL opens up tonight with the Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Kickoff is at 8:20, and the Dolphins will open up their season on Sunday in Indianapolis. And the Marlins, who were swept by the Nationals, falling 10-5. Miami will get a day off today before heading home to host the Phillies for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow. The Joe Rose Show begins now.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Hell yes, I'm ready for some football. Man, we've been waiting, and it's here. Boy, that was a fast off season. I'm not. Woody, that seemed like it was super fast this off season. Huh?
Did it?
Oh, man, I felt like we just had OTAs and mini camps. And
I felt like there's been a lot of ripping, a lot of culture talk.
I'm
ready for football, man.
So the sport, between the drama and the moves by every team and what just happened in Dallas, giving us Jerry Jones and the big trade with Micah Parsons and all those things, I just feel like this league just keeps giving to our business. It just keeps giving and giving and giving.
It's been a juicy off.
Yeah, it gives you drama.
We were getting ripped driving in this morning on the radio. Like, it's time to play some games, man.
Yeah, but
a lot of ripping been going on.
Yeah, and coverage, the media's coverage sucks, and we do this and that. No, it's everybody. It's beautiful. Everybody's in it, and it's
the red zone outrage yesterday.
The red zone outrage, and then they came out and said, "Oh, it's not as bad as it sounds." I know, I know what he said. I know what Scott Hansen said when he went on McAfee's show, but it's not that bad. It's kind of bad, but it's not. You're not going to miss anything. You're not.
Sure.
But we are going to make some extra money on some spots. While your ass is also paying for it.
McAfee goes on. No one's going to care about commercials or in red zone.
Hey, listen, man. God bless. We all got a little company, man, in this. No matter how you come across, and every guy, I do what I want. Nobody tells me anything. Nobody's ever said a word to me. Well, they are taking care of me pretty good, and I'm reminded of that. So, hey, I get it. And, hey, it's always easy, to sit up there. No, it's not a big deal. You still get your red zone, a couple of commercials thrown in there. And so they came out and said, hey, listen, if it's a huge play, we want to let you know we're not going away from it. And, it's a big play in the game late in the fourth. It's for the winner, and we're not going to go, hey, we'll be back in 2 minutes. We're not doing that. Hey, by the way, we got a lot of good stuff going on tonight's about ratings. I don't know how good the game's going to be, but NBC will be the big winner. When this all said, besides the team that wins, NBC will be the big winner. They get the Thursday night football game, Cowboys at Eagles. Cowboys bad, Cowboys really good, which they haven't been in a long time. Cowboys just good. It's all, listen, their fan base, they make a difference. They get big ratings. And so we get to see Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and a lot of talk, I guess, tonight about Micah Parsons, right? There'll be a little Micah Parsons conversation in there. You know what happens if there's the pass rush is not very good. Of course, they got to go against this Eagles offensive line. So they're going, wow, they didn't get there. So another completion, and man, Micah Parsons, how much do they miss him? Does that pop up tonight?
That guy's going to run for 150 yards, right? And they're going to play in Dallas the next morning. They're going to play all those clips of Jerry talking about how we got to stop the run, and that's why they
better be good against the run, because they're talking about the guy they got in the middle.
That's a tough one tonight.
So anyway, hey, listen, we got that. And if that's not enough, like I said, Kansas City's going to play Friday night. We get to see the team that lost in the Super Bowl back again to see if they're still the best team in the AFC. And that starts. And if that's not good enough, this weekend, I don't know how it happened, but NBC, their second game Sunday night, somehow they get not only they get kickoff game every year, and they get their Sunday night games, obviously. They're going to have Baltimore going to Buffalo. And a lot of people think those are along with Kansas City, the 3 best teams. I don't know, is Denver making a little bit of a run? Is it 4 in that group? And we'll find out who else wants to jump in that party and make a run at this thing. Colts and Finns, both 8-9 last year. Tua versus Daniel Jones. I tell you, man, starting with that matchup, that's whatever else happens. And I do want to say this. The Colts, they got some nice weapons on offense. They do. Jonathan Taylor, Woody, he went for over 1,400 yards, and he missed a couple of games last year. And then they got Pierce, Pittman, and Downs at receiver, all over 800 yards. Good group of wide receivers. I don't know, you put them in the elite status, but all good, solid guys. And then they added the big freak at tight end, Tyler Warren. Tight end, 6'6", 200. I didn't realize he's 6'6", Woody. That's a big dude. 260-pound guy. I'm sure he's going to be part of it. But the Colts defense is where this team needs to absolutely get everything going. It was a bad defense last year. Nothing against Xavier Howard, who will probably start at cornerback in this game for him. 32, did not play last year. You got to get after him. With what we have, I know he's a smart player. He's had a great career. He had a great career with Miami Dolphins. Would not be surprised if he's a Ring of Honor guy someday, would he? 29 picks, maybe, down the road, comes back here. Everything settles down a little bit, and wouldn't be surprised. But he's at the end of his career. You need to get after him in that secondary. So, hey, speaking of that, we got Mike McDaniel expected to join us here in the 6 o'clock hour. A little bit later on, we'll talk to Coach and get going. I got to tell you, yesterday, Woody, I don't know if we have it, Tyreek Hill just kind of dropped the mic on everything. Everybody worried about Tyreek Hill. Everybody worried about Tyreek Hill not being a captain. How was he going to respond to that? How was he going to react? And came out yesterday, man. His stuff was great. It's about the team. I don't need a title to be able to lead. I'm going to push the standard, which Coach and these guys are pushing, meaning the captains in the locker room. I'm going to be part of it. I'm going to bust my tail and help this team win games. This is our opportunity right now to win. So I thought, hey, man, this is this stuff. You want to hear some of it right now?
As the not being a captain, how do you take that?
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like it's about the team, and I don't need a title to be able to lead. I'm gonna continue to push the standard. What Coach and these guys are pushing in the locker room, and I've always been a guy that led by example. So, captain thing is great, but like I say, I'm gonna continue to do the small things, man, which is work hard, show up each and every day, and bust my tail for this team and try to win games.
Wow. It's great. Hey, man, you can't ask for more now, except you want to go out and see it. And, we'll talk to Mike about this, but he and that group of guys, I got a pretty good idea what the answer is going to be about getting this passing game going down the field that disappeared last year and was so good in 22 and 23 with all the explosive plays. It seemed like, oh, my God, every 2 or 3 every half of a game, somebody was going 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards. It was incredible. And it was 2 years. And then last year, the running game stepped back, pass protection concerns, and all of a sudden, a lot of those plays that were so successful just disappeared. Now, I know part of it is the way people play you, and more people are deep. I'm trying to work around not saying that thing, Woody. Trying not to say that thing. That thing that's been around a long time. I'm not.
Up with different names for
yeah,
it. It's game week. We
players playing deeper. Yeah, players playing deeper and get them back in the game so that we can open up some stuff down the field. So anyway, yeah, man, it was good. Tyreek Hill, I felt like he was going to be okay with everything. Listen, man, everybody knows how good he is. The team knows how important he is. He knows how important he is to the team. Fans know. I think he understands this whole thing. He's 31 years old. went out, ran a pair of 10-100 meters to remind everybody that he's still the fastest man in football. And he is, and he wants to have a big year. The 2,000-yard thing, whatever, man. Put your goals out there. I mean, I appreciate and respect guys who want to put their goals out there. I'm not worried about that, but I know that he is, he's got to get back, and we got to get some big plays. You realize after that 80-yarder in the first game of the season, we didn't have anything close to that with him after that. And so we got to get that part going again. But this is a game, man. This is a very winnable game with this Dolphins team as it's kind of come together here towards the last couple weeks and what they've added and what they have. And here we go. Here we go. Getting set. We got a lot of other news to get to that we'll hit during the show. I got to tell you, folks, the NBA season is still a month or two away, but they got some big problems. NBA has a big potential problem in LA with Clippers wealthy owner. Yeah, I didn't just call him owner. One of the wealthiest owners in professional sports, Steve Ballmer, and this Kawhi Leonard, $28 million, what they call the no-show job. Now, those, by the way, were very common when I was going to college. The better players had jobs at school. And I always like to tell this story. So my roommate at the time came in. His name was John Paul Jones. Guy was phenomenal, man. Great get. Everybody in the country wanted him out of Midi. What we called it, Itty Mitty. We had all kinds of, we put the S in there too. Itty Bitty, Midi. It's a private school down in San Jose. We'll tell Bo will know. I think Bo might have played, Milpitas might have played him. And down by his neck of the woods. But anyway, he came in. He's really good right off the bat, man. He's playing with Chuck Muncie. He and Chuck Muncie in the same backfield. And of course, Chuck Muncie was just phenomenal. Went on and had a great career in the NFL too. But anyway, so our first year, he goes, "Hey, man, what did you get you for a summer job down here?" I go, "Oh, man, my job, I'm glad to have it, but I actually got, I'm going to be in a car dealership, and they're going to teach me some stuff, but like, I got to work here." I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "They got me doing a job." I used to think it was all fake. He said, "Oh, they got me a job at up by the fields." I go, what do you mean? A Memorial Stadium? He goes, "Yeah." He said, "They just said show up a little bit and talk to the guys, and then, I could go work out, and I'm done for the day." I go, "What?" So those jobs did, exist, and they were around, and the better player you were, you got all the good jobs around campus that, the alumni kind of took care of you. But, man, this one's a whole different level. A now bankrupt company paying Kawhi Leonard $28 million. That's a hell of a job. And by the way, I don't think anything's going to happen to Steve Ballmer. He's not going to lose. I'm going to be shocked if he loses the team. And they're going to spank him with this big fine. They might suspend him for a little bit, which would hurt him because he loves his Clippers arena and his team that he has and he's put together. But paying a fine of $7.5 million or whatever they're going to fine him, it's going to be chump change. The guy's one of the wealthiest men in the world. And then on top of that, they're going to take draft picks. Okay. Okay. As long as I'm there, man. As long as I'm there. So, but this is a weird one, man. This was a really weird, sleazy, and I always love, to me, Ballmer's got a lot of good people around him, so he knows everything's going on. I'm not saying he does directly, but he's got a lot of gophers that are reporting back to him, telling him what's going on. Hey, they know the deals their guys have, and they know the sponsors, and Ballmer seems to look like he's pretty active and shaking hands with people that are given to the Clippers. So I have trouble believing that he's innocent in all of this. And sometimes, again, man, when you have that much money, you can FU people a little bit. And this might have been a little FU. If we get caught, we get caught. So what? Anyway, we've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on. First night of the National Football League tonight. Cowboys at Philadelphia. Woody, good game or not? Does this feel like a little bit of a blowout, or does this feel like a close game?
Man. I don't know. I think Dallas is going to hang in there. I really do.
Okay.
I think this will be a much more competitive game than people think.
So the Eagles are downplaying the whole celebration because Thursday night's their big celebration.
Take the field or something.
Yeah, we're not. We don't want to be part of this and mess with it. It's a big game. It's an NFC East game, and
what's the deal with that, man? Like if I don't know, don't you celebrate that?
In football, there's always been this thing when you celebrate, then you're not focused on the team you're playing. I'm just telling you.
Ring night, in every sport, right?
That'd have been a Don Shula special too, man.
Dolphins win a Super Bowl, they can watch the banner. They can lose as many games as they want the next season.
I'm just telling you. I'm guessing that when Don Shula, when that first game, did not want to celebrate or any celebration or any videos running of what they did from the past year. It was over. It was done. And that sucker coach was zoned in on game one, man. All right. Hey, we got Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and Low T. All my brothers out there getting up early this morning. I know how this works. We get a little bit older. We can't sleep as much. Or you're a coach and you just get up at 3 a.m. I just want to let you know, it starts happening to men in their late 30s and 40s, and going to Atlantic Men's Clinic now for a year and a couple of months, I see a lot of young guys in there. It kind of makes me feel good when I go in there realizing I'm not the only one dealing with low T and ED. And I will tell you, man, when you have it. Oh, yeah, when you start to change and all of a sudden you snap about things you never used to snap about, your energy level, have you noticed you're just tired and used to fight through it, and now you just go home and you sleep? You just go taking naps, and then you got people around you making excuses for it. God, I love my wife. She makes, you're just tired from this and that. And I'm like, no, I want to be more active. I know I'm in my 60s. I want to be more active. And then the sex drive, the ED thing with sex drive. Oh, boy, when that's gone. It happens to every guy out there sooner or later. You're dealing with low T and ED. Every man. It hits every guy. Nobody gets a hall pass from low T and ED. And here's the great news. When you go to Atlantic Men's Clinic, the only place to go. A lot of places out there, they are the only place to go. You get the PSA test, you meet with their professionals, and I mean a great staff. They have 7 locations in South Florida to serve you. You get all the testing done. They're going to put you on a program. You decide if you want to go with it or not, but I figure since you're down there, you probably want to make a run at it. You're going to start. The number one question I get asked all the time is how long before it kicks in? Fast. It starts working. Within a few weeks, your energy level starts feeling great again, your sex drive, the whole deal. 7 locations, like I said, the brand new one in Hollywood is spectacular. Call them today and set up that first appointment, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com for more information.
104.3 F.
Miami and Indianapolis, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today, Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And Mike McDaniel, head coach of the Dolphins, will join us this morning. And in the 6 o'clock hour, by the way, if you're up early. And we'll talk to him, get ready here for the Colts and Dolphins game. And just talk about everything's been going on, man, with this team, starting with his number one priority, and that was to get this thing right before you go on the football field and get the culture set and get guys buying in and playing together and the whole thing. Better attitude, better focus on the football field. The practices were a lot better, looked more physical to me. And I wasn't some of the practices on the road, but Bo, who will join us later in the show, said that they got after pretty good, including, I thought maybe the best thing he did, I loved practicing against Detroit. Coach knew his team needed that, needed to play. He knows exactly how Dan Campbell practices up there and goes about his business, and wanted his team to see it. And so it was good work. It was. So anyway, besides all that, we'll have, and of course, we've got the start of the season tonight, Cowboys at Philadelphia. I just felt like this offseason, man, was just flying. It is amazing, though, for me, compared to all the other sports, that people yesterday and the last few days going, man, I'm so glad this NFL thing. My guy at Dunkin' Donut, my friend Kyle at Dunkin' Donut, my 4 a.m. guy. God bless that kid. He gets up early. He says, oh, man, I am jacked. And he likes every sport in town. He's a Dunkin' Donut sports junkie. So I said, man, you're in a good mood this morning for 4 o'clock. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, this NFL, it's here, man. He goes, I get more excited about the NFL than anything, just having those games back. And I go, well, it's rolling, and the league knows how to do it, man. They usually give you right from the start of the season, Christmas now, Thanksgiving, they try to get good matchups, man. They try, and if that means they abuse some of the better teams a little bit. Remember what they did to Kansas City? Didn't Kansas City play like 5 different days of the week last year? They're like, okay, we'll just keep winning. But, yeah, that was impressive. And, yeah, so here we go, folks. And fantasy football teams, I'm guessing, are done or are real close to being done. If not, Woody, they all got to be in by today. Going to have a fantasy football lunch somewhere today, luncheon.
I think most people are done by now.
I think everybody's got their team.
We had ours last night here at the station one.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Boy, you guys went right down to the wire on that.
Yep. Solana made it happen last minute there.
How many teams you have in?
There's 12. You didn't get the nod, but they asked. I said, I don't think you'd be interested.
Nah, I'm going to keep that streak alive. I did the one team with you, and that was a disaster.
Yeah.
I put the money up. And
you got in late. I think I won the next year after that. You got in late.
Yeah, well, you're apparently better when you're by yourself.
You got a good team this year if you want to buy in.
No, I don't.
All right.
I don't want to buy into your team.
This is it.
No, or
Today
no one
only.
else. No. I want you guys to enjoy it. Last thing I want to do is live and die watching a friggin' game in the fourth quarter to see if my receivers catch a couple extra passes to get me a few extra points.
Well, the good news is I have like 4 teams now, so basically every player in the league I have on my one.
Please tell me you're not in 4 fantasy football teams.
It was almost 5.
How do you fall? One time you're rooting for a guy, and the next you're not.
It's not a good situation. Usually now I just root for whoever I have on Hard Rock. It's just too much.
Every year we do this, and
it's gotten out of hand, man.
Well, the fantasy football thing is blown up, and it's been so good for the NFL, so it's not a negative. It's been great.
Yeah, but gambling's better for them, I think, right?
All right, so gambling's not going away either. No,
with that.
Hard Rock app, by the way, there's another group that's very excited with the NFL season ready to go, and overs and unders and point spreads and everything else that parlays and everything we're going to see jumping here. Starting tonight with all your favorite games, including not just tonight, but tomorrow, Kansas City. How about that? How about the NFL even messing with high school football? You know Friday night belongs to high school football, man. So one night you go out in your community and, hey, I want to go. I hear this team's pretty good. I'm going to go out and watch them, man. By the way, not that it matters today. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Chaminade and American Heritage Plantation play tomorrow night. Raja Bell's son, one of the top quarterbacks in the country. Chaminade absolutely loaded with one of the best running backs in the country. That's going to be a fun one. Hey, we're going to go to break. We come back. Mike McDaniel's going to join us, so I just want to take a moment, tell you about Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Talked to the CEO and president, Chev, over there, and he said, hey, Joe, man, I know it's hurricane season. It's supposed to be a rough September. Could be. You never know, man. Protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. They do it all. They used to just do the windows and doors, and people were asking, hey, man, we're going to start doing roofs. Went out, got a whole bunch of great people for roofing. So if you got that old leaky roof, replace your old roof now and you can pay us later. Loctite Impact offers highest quality roofing materials, lifetime warranty, plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm to hit. I don't know what's going to happen in September, but you need to protect your home. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. That's LoctiteImpact.com. Again, you can call them 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff covering all of South Florida to answer all your questions. Check out Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. Miami Dolphins set to hit the road week 1 against the Colts. Head coach Mike McDaniel joins us this morning. Coach, good morning, man, and thanks for coming on. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Hey, by the way, let's get in the mission accomplished first part. Just going to practices and being around the team a little bit, the team culture. I thought the practices, Coach, were a lot better. Did you feel that same way overall?
I did. I think that it was a high priority. So yes, all things team. I feel people are intentionally working towards the appropriate goal collectively. So fired up. This is a cool spot because the week 1, you've put a ton of work in, behind the scenes, so to speak, and really you're trying to put the finishing touches on something you've been building for months now. So and it's right around the corner, and it's new for everyone. So it's always a fun time. But particularly this year is really exciting because people play excited football so far. We'll see what NFL Thursday has and how this practice looks.
So I got to ask you, because it always pops up. You named your 6 captains, by the way, all class acts, and get it. I was and I think a lot of people are like, okay, how's Tyreek going to take this? I think he probably knows he's not going to be a captain, but once it kicks in, and then yesterday he spoke to the media. I mean, Coach, this guy, this is what I thought, man. He's all in on this. Did you have to talk to him after the captains were selected, explain and talk to him at all? Did you have a conversation with him?
Quite literally, I didn't even think to have a conversation with him. And I think that speaks to, I anticipated his reaction because it was authentic and real. And I think the team, maybe in years past, people had worries or maybe thoughts or opinions, or were hoping. This team was eager to hear who the collective elected, and really just focus was on that. So I honestly did not think twice about it. The first time it came onto my radar was when I had a microphone in front of me at a podium.
Yeah.
And that was not at my house.
I figure you shut it down when you get home with the family. Yeah, there was no question there. Hey, go ahead,
Katie's
Coach.
listening right now.
Listen, Orville's finest right there, Orville, California, right next to Marysville, California, and always enjoy talking to that beautiful wife.
Hey, how much do you guys talk?
I see her a little bit. I've seen her.
Orville.
Yeah. I haven't seen her in Orville up there with. I did meet the family and stuff. Katie's family. But, I talked to her a little bit, but it's, a lot of it has to do with your daughter and my grandson, mostly. But yes.
Yeah, I'm getting jealous. You just don't talk to me much, so.
Yeah, right. She probably didn't really think you want to hear about what the old man has to say when she sees him. But, hey, Coach, I do want to ask you about this. Pretty cool that this is the first time I've been doing this a long time. 5 rookies will either start or be in the rotation in this opener. You had mentioned a few months ago that this could happen, but they all look legit. They all really have had good camps.
No, I think there's a lot at work there. I think that, ultimately, big picture, you're trying to, be able to facilitate the acquisition and development of players. That's what it's all about. So, I think that has to do with a lot of things. First and foremost, the individuals. Those are, I could have a predictable feeling based on those unique individuals that have the appropriate skill set that it takes to not only, be very good and starter level type production, but you also have to be, tough-minded and know that, you're constantly getting corrected. And it's a very difficult thing for people to maintain confidence while getting corrected. But, these guys seem to have a very good understanding of the point of coaching and development and seizing opportunities. They're very, the veterans in the locker room and the leadership council and the captains, those guys really want to earn the respect. So I think it's a good collection of people working together, and coaches highly invested in those people to do that.
Coach, our fans and media members, we all get our favorites as something goes on, especially with a young guy. This Ollie Gordon coming on from starting at the bottom and because of injury, working his way up, and watching him run in preseason. I could hear those pads up in the radio booth, Coach. Has he impressed you, and do you see him getting some carries in this first game?
Well, what I like, my favorite thing that I saw from Ollie was it was very obvious to me that it was important for him to earn his respect from his teammates, and there were some times that I think he pushed himself, to the credit of the locker room and the players that we have on the team, where he pushed himself to earn respect. He had plenty of growing moments during camp, but during the process he kept coming to work with a spirit to get better. So watching him be a rookie that the guys regard and want to invest in themselves, I was very, very proud of that, to watch that, because that you have to walk before you can run. So for him to make plays on Sunday, he has to earn the respect and earn the trust of the teammates he's playing with, as he's one of 11. So I think he needs to have a good day. The NFL work week and how you game plan. This is a new deal for all these guys. So he's kind of going to have a little effect on how many opportunities he gets by the way that he addresses the game plan. And if he throws spirals, because we're going to have him working on a lot of throws.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, I got to ask you, too. We get a lot here on the radio, especially during preseason with the backup quarterbacks playing so much. Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers, they go to practice. They see Quinn Ewers have great practices or Zach have a good practice. Has that competition in your eyes, and I know one guy's got a lot of experience and got a lot of starts with the Jets and a former second overall pick, but is that competition, was it ever close to you by the way Quinn Ewers was throwing and getting more comfortable? It's always been clear cut that Zach's the second guy.
Well, I think there can be a couple things at play. I think we drafted Quinn because we believe in him, and we signed Zach because we believe in him. And I think every roster spot is sacred in the National Football League. They're finite. And so, theoretically, every player's competing not only with their position, but other positions on the team. That being said, the best player, is going to play. That's what we're in the business of. And, I bring up and focus and feature competitions when they're competitions, and there's a process to get to the point of it's one thing to play football in a preseason road stadium in the second half with no crowd noise. It's another thing to be a quarterback of a team, handling a game plan, doing all the things that it takes to lead a unit and a team. And so, and that's, again, we drafted Quinn for a reason. Those things are always being measured. And, when it's a competition, it's a competition, and we'll always play the best player, but you have to walk before you run as a rookie, specifically as a quarterback. I think I'm very happy with both their development within the offense, and I think they made us better and that was our objective really the whole offseason.
Hey, Coach, and thanks again for spending some time with us. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Just a couple more here. In 22 and 23, so many explosive plays. My God, it was so fun. It felt like it was about 2 or 3 a half of Waddle and Tyreek Hill down the field, deep crossing routes, you name it, corner routes, takeoffs, just great calls, one-on-ones, and did it. And last year, because of, a lot of different things, it didn't go as well. How do you get that back? How would you tell all of us, hey, we want to get back to that and use those 2 guys on the outside and get the most out of what they do best?
Well, I would say that if you really want to improve, and as we obviously do, you have to put forth the work each and every day, relentlessly. In the off season, to build a team and to be able to be your best selves. You have to work within cohesion of, you're one of 11 moving at once. So I think it's diligent work day in, day out. And so was very clear from the onset of the off-season program what it would look like to try to change outcomes, across the board, your statistical and win-loss, they play a part and aren't mutually exclusive. So that has been the theme, and that's where, I'm confident in our team. It lies in quite literally the most mundane, boring soundbite you ever heard. Daily work and without relent. And so you watch people and you coach them and you see their games evolve, and that's how you get better outcomes, more explosives, more points. All of that comes through guys working cohesion and really expressing their talent through skills that are tied to other players so that they can be productive.
Having Austin Jackson back, this can be the first time the starting five's been together. 2 new guards, but the upside, everybody seems really excited about this starting 5 that you have for the run game, as well as your pass protection. Obviously, you feel better about potentially the things you can do in your running game inside and outside.
We've had a strong focus both in asset acquisition and firm coaching on both sides of the ball, both lines. So that was a major point of the off season in terms of recognizing or identifying and recognizing ways we could get better, and we felt like we had the opportunities and were able to get the appropriate players and had the appropriate coaches. So I'm expecting the line of scrimmage play to work into a strength, which is a process that goes on each and every day as we try to run block and run defend, pass protect and pass rush against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday on a Thursday.
Yeah. I got you. Hey, last one for you, Coach, and I'll let you go. This Darren Waller one is I haven't seen anything like it. I mean, he was retired. He didn't do a lot in camp. How hard has it been, the timing? I know you're working them along slowly to get them ready and get them through this football season. Have you ever had a situation like this before as an assistant coach or a head coach for a guy that in his prime has been so talented?
I mean, I think each opportunity is unique to itself. This one's for sure unique, and I see Darren as an asset added, and I don't. I guess I'm not. I'm looking at everything that he brings and what he brings to the team, and there's an entire there's an entire process of a team to develop, and these things take time. But I've never been worried about it because we have a football team that's operating day in, day out, that has 68 other players, and I know he's really doing everything. Really, the whole both Darren and the coaching staff and everybody involved is doing everything to get him ready to produce on Sundays. That's the whole point. So I'm just fired up for the work that has been done and the work that I see in the future. And, I have a little more long vision patience, especially when I get the gift of a guy coming out of retirement to come play with us.
Yeah. No, listen. Hey, you hit a lot of stuff, and I really appreciate it. I could tell by practices and everything else. I felt a real urgency with this group of guys, and by your leaders of the team and your practices. I'm guessing you felt really good about everything. So hey, I really appreciate you coming on, Coach. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Thank you.
Are you kidding me? It's my pleasure. Okay.
All right.
There's a lot of people sitting at home wishing they were sitting wherever I'm sitting talking to you right now.
Mike, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You take care of yourself. Have a good one.
All right.
Mike McDaniel join us, head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Talk a little bit about the team and getting ready for Sunday. Today, obviously, one of the big practices of the week as well, Wednesday and Thursday, before you start to slow it down a little bit, get a little closer to that Sunday date. We've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on. But before we do, I want to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. It's truck month at your South Florida Chevy dealers. Wherever you're headed, man, right now you're a truck person. You make a living out of that truck, or you're just a truck man that loves the family and that big truck as well. Listen, truck month means it's a great time at your South Florida Chevy dealers to get great offers that are going on right now. And for you this month to get on out to a Chevy dealer, 14 of them throughout South Florida, and pick out a truck that's perfect for you. Let's talk about the durable Colorado with its standard Turbo Max engine and impressive torque. You'll get aggressive off-road capability for everything you could ever need here in South Florida. Silverado 1500 is always ready, steady, and strong, delivering all the power you will ever need on workday, whether it's 5, 6, 7 days a week you work. That's how you make a living, and you need a truck that's as durable as you are, even a weekend warrior. We got it for you. And how about the Silverado HD? You can feel confident in command, and no matter what the task is, we got you, man. Legendary horsepower and one of the hardest working beds in the business. You get some time, stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. We got a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle with great deals going on all over South Florida right now.
This update is brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast. We're checking for a creator. Volkswagen's priced like they lost their minds. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one. Week 1 in the NFL opens up tonight with the Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Kickoff is at 8:20. The Dolphins will open up on Sunday on the road in Indianapolis. And the Marlins, who were swept by the Nationals, falling 10-5. Mamba will get a day off today before heading home to host the Phillies for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow. Joe, go ahead and toss it back to you.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. As we're all set. Mike McDaniel joining us, and Katie, if you're out there, your husband kind of put me in an awkward situation. Ask her, how often do I see her? Thank God I'm 100 years old. That was kind of weird. She's a great lady, though. I'm a big fan of Katie. I like Katie. She's up next to my hometown, Northern California. They have to drive through my town to get to their town. Anyway, got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on. We got some college football, and Kim Bocamper will be in as well. But Brett McMurphy, College Football Insider, will join us, and we'll talk to Tom Murph a little bit about everything going on, man, around the college football, and start for the University of Miami. Great start for Florida State. They got to be jacked up in Tallahassee. And then on top of that, we got South Florida going up to play in Gainesville this weekend. Big favorites, Florida. Big favorite.
That's okay. It's okay.
You hung around. South Florida hung around with Miami last year, right? Ran a couple of trick plays. They were hanging around, took the lead there for a second before until
they got Cam Ward or whatever.
Then they go all right. Now we're taking our passing game to a new level. I want to play this for everybody that we were having a decision on not, but he was aware of the Tyreek Hill stuff, and as you heard, he said I didn't need to talk to him. We've been with him, and we knew it wasn't going to be a deal.
That was interesting, by the way. Were you surprised to hear that? Because I would have thought this captain thing was a kind of a big deal to Tyreek.
Well, because everybody in the world made a big deal out of it. One of the top stories on ESPN was up to 2 or 3 on their top trending stories, and everybody was talking to everybody, and then you turn on the NFL shows and go, hey, how's Tyreek going to take this? And then other podcast athletes are going, hey, man, that dude's the best player on the team, man. A lot of guys like him. The Diva Club outside of the NFL, they love him and everything. By the way, if you missed it, I want to play Tyreek Hill from yesterday. It was great. It was great. And Mike said he wasn't surprised I was going to play it for him. I figured my guys thought he'd probably already heard it, didn't need to hear it again. But here's Tyreek Hill about not being a captain and going forward.
Not being a captain, how do you take that?
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like it's about the team, and I don't need a title to be able to lead. I'm gonna continue to push the standard. What coach and these guys are pushing in the locker room, and I've always been a guy that led by example. So, captain thing is great, but like I say, I'm going to continue to do the small things, man, which is work hard, show up each and every day, and bust my tail for this team and try to win games.
There you have it. Man, that's just bang. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, no, he needs the football. Yes, he needs the football. And just because all those comments, and he's going to be all in all year, but he also knows you don't keep getting paid a lot of money with 3 and 4 catches for 30 and 40 yards like last year. Yes, he knows that. Mike knows that. Frank knows that. The whole coaching staff knows that. Bevel, Slowick, his receiver coach, everybody knows. And by the way, he should get a lot of targets. He is the number 1 guy. Tyreek Hill, no surprise, is the number 1 guy. And if you were to go through priority of everything, the guy's always worked hard at practice and stuff. That's never, when he's there, he's all in. Now, this is the first time we've seen him with 2 injuries, right? The oblique now and the problems he had with his wrist surgery and missing all off season, from, not that he couldn't still work out with his legs and stuff, but Yeah, he number one thing that he didn't say that I'm saying on his behalf, and so are you, because you're thinking the same thing. Number one receivers want to get treated like a number one, and they want targets. And they want targets not only, on screens, they want targets down the field, deep crossing routes. Tyreek knows what he did in 22 and 23. Jalen Waddle, same thing. They're going to want some of that back. The way they're going to get that back, I think everybody's kind of figured out a better running game. Keep everybody honest. We're a couple of guys playing deep out there in deep land, or one guy in deep land, or three guys deep. Get them to come back up and join the game a little bit and have more of a threat of a running game than last year. And the other part that Mike will never say is probably he's got a really good starting five on the offensive line right now. Got some young guys who are going to get better, make a few mistakes, but they're going to we should not be worried about Patrick Paul. We should not be worried about him at all. And Savaianaya is going to be really good too. And he's got a ways to go. He's not there, but he's going to be really good. Starting with that big body and his mental makeup, he's going to be okay. So we got to be able to run the ball, and we got to obviously you can run it a little bit, get some people to come up and join the box party a little bit there, and then you can do some of that stuff. But even if not, and everybody's going to do what they did last year, and you can't run the ball as well, you still got to find a way to get Tyreek and Jalen the ball. Everybody, there's nothing new, but I'm not paying them, 28 on one side and $30 million on the other to be, just running around there. And, hey, man, you hear, I was listening to Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, and I talked to him here about a month ago. When he starts talking about that team, he knows two guys that can change the game real quickly, and that is Tyreek and Waddle with explosive plays. Those 30, 40, 50-yard plays, they're game changers. They're game changers. And last year, I think I might be wrong, I think Waddle and Tyreek Hill had their longest play from scrimmage in the opener against Jacksonville. I'm pretty sure they both had their longest play of the season. And we still have a lot of games left, so obviously that's not a good number. But, yeah, we get the running game going. So I couldn't get Coach to answer the question, but Ollie Gordon's going to get some carries. I think Achane's coming back from this thing. They say he's 100%, and yes, he's going to want to play. But it's a long season, as Coach says. It's a long season. It's about getting through the season. And I think the guy that's kind of turned into my favorite, and maybe yours too, is this Ollie Gordon II, seeing what he can do. First of all, he's 225, 230 pounds. Let's start with that. He's a big, strong running cat, and just a perfect complement for all the things Achane does inside and outside in the passing game. And Achane, I'm guessing, will be the running back, and he should be after what he did last year. Really turned into a good pass receiving running back. That's should be a nice compliment. Those two should be able to complement each other. And of course, he'll bring another guy up from the practice squad. We'll have another running back come up. Our kicker, Riley Patterson, will come up from the practice squad. He'll be elevated. And so there will be a few guys coming up for sure. So anyway, that's a big one. And I didn't expect Coach to give me the game plan for Sunday. No, I didn't expect that. But I am like you. So point and a half difference in this game?
Yeah, it's a pick 'em game.
It's a pick 'em game,
yeah.
exactly.
It's gone back and forth. I got to think money's been coming on the Dolphins, though. Like, I don't know. I see them going up there and playing a really good game, don't you?
I do.
I know.
I see this.
Our picks officially tomorrow, I guess. But
I see this,
and
I got to tell you, I was looking, and our front seven, they're going against one of the best running backs and a good offensive line. But the difference for me, I look at the Colts defense. They got to get after that defense. This needs to be, you get your confidence, everybody in game one, everybody's back for the first time. You know, part of Mike's job is make sure through sports science and is listening to his doctors and making sure, even if you got a little rust for this opener, but you're ready to go. You want your best players ready to go. And that's what we have. Achane has not played a lot of football. Tyreek has not played. Austin Jackson's coming back. Darren Waller, honestly, I don't know if they're going to play him this week yet.
But this game, to me, is where coaching really comes into play, right?
Look at
indoors.
Like,
Indy doesn't know what's coming at him, right? They can watch old film of the Dolphins and hope, but you've had how many months to come up with some kind of fresh game plan here?
Yes, I agree.
So they don't know what's coming at him. You got Daniel Jones on the other side. I don't see how the Dolphins don't win this game. But
the only thing that could really hurt this Dolphins team is somehow, and I don't see it, and I could be wrong. I don't see the Colts running all over the Dolphins front seven.
But even if they do,
if they do, that
should
changes
be able to
things.
outscore these guys.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, Woody, if they end up running and they can control and they keep their run game going,
though,
I know. I'm saying it shouldn't happen, but if they do,
they're going to score some points. But again, man, the Dolphins should have some sort of game plan together where they can get those two receivers really involved. I expect big games from those guys.
I'm curious to see.
They've heard the noise. Tua's heard the noise. Tua's ranked down at the bottom on everyone's little power ranking.
I don't think he's worried about that.
I think he's worried about a little motivation,
games.
Though.
They're not going around looking at where they're ranked.
He's playing for his job too, by the way. You don't think he realizes that?
I tell you what,
he knows if everyone gets canned that he's probably done.
Mike and Tua are tied together for life after Mike got him turned around. They are tied together for a certain style of offense that they run for, that is built for Tua, and we're finding out it's not necessarily made for other quarterbacks. Anticipation throws are not for every guy, like it is for Tua. But Woody, I'm just telling you, that only thing is, if they come out of this and we find out they end up running the ball well and Jonathan Taylor is running all over them, which I don't think is going to happen with all the big guys we have, that'd be a big surprise to me. But
it'd be such a gut punch to lose this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
With the games that are coming up, it just gets tougher.
By the way, your confidence.
Play a worse team than this, Joe.
You what?
I don't know that you're going to play a worse team than the Colts the whole way.
You serious about that? Because I can go through that, because I can't believe you said that.
I think the Colts are going to be really bad.
Okay.
I think they're going to be really bad.
That's where you're going. Okay. Hey, listen, we got to go to break.
One of the worst teams in football?
I don't think they're going to be one of the best teams, but I think they're going to be in the middle of the pack.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I know Daniel Jones.
I'm just not big on the whole. We don't know who our quarterback's going to be like a week before the season.
And the other guy is talking about, I got a lot of things to improve on, and you're in year 3 where you should be in your prime, and yeah, you're the backup. You quit last year and said you were tired and took yourself out of a game. Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff going on there. Hey, I got to tell you about Baptist Health South Florida for just a second here, man. When it comes to where the pros go, always asked. I go enter Miami, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, Miami Dolphins. I'll use Baptist Health South Florida doctors. We all do, man. They're my doctors. They're your doctors. And if you have an injury, their sports medicine program is unbelievable. They put together a team of specialists, big team of knee, shoulder, foot and ankle specialists, hand specialists, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles doctors. We got you covered, every part of the body. Hey, listen, when you're competitive, whether you're high school, college, or professional athlete, or just out playing tennis, probably too hard, sooner or later we all get injured. And when you do, it sure is nice to have Baptist Health South Florida here in our backyard. One of the top sports medicine programs in the country. They are good with 3 great locations: Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium right next to the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. The next time you get injured, just remember Baptist Health South Florida.
Sports lives
All right, welcome back. Good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday out there. Hopefully you don't have any traffic like we had on the Golden Glades yesterday that had a lot of people screaming and yelling out there and a little bit late for work. And so hopefully everybody's back to normal today on the roads here as we continue on, man. One day closer. And now the night of National Football League starts back up, man, with Dallas Cowboys, who bring all the fans, and the Eagles, who bring the best team, the champions of last year's Super Bowl. So should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun to watch. And tomorrow, I expect that game, by the way, with the Chiefs and Chargers to be a close game. I do. I don't know who will win. I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes in any close games after he won like 10 of them last year. Seemed like every one of their games had some craziness at the end of the game that allowed them to win. But hey, man, good teams find a way to win, even when they don't play their best, right? Isn't that the old saying that the good ones need? Hey, look, I'm with everybody else on this Dolphins game. Not everybody, but Tua versus Daniel Jones. That's one. You look at that secondary. That defense last year, I believe, was 29th in the NFL. You got to get after it. You have to that should be a big passing game, a good all-around game, get some run game going a little bit as well. They struggle with that and feel good about yourself. Get that first win of the season, come home, get ready to play the Patriots and off and running. Now, how do you do against the Bills? How do you do later on against the Ravens? We'll see. I know it hadn't been great for this team. But I will tell you, and I was glad to hear yesterday Kyle Crabbs talking about this. Look at, man, their schedule is part of this story. Their schedule that they have is part of the story. And that schedule has a lot of games on it that you have to win. Cleveland, have to win. Saints, have to win. Panthers, have to win. Falcons, got to beat the Falcons. These are all teams, by the way, that were really bad. And the Patriots are coming to town. I know they had a lot of money. They got a lot of new guys, a lot of free agents, big-name free agents. You got to take care of the Patriots at home. We'll start with that. And then a couple weeks later, you got the Jets at home. You got to take care of that one too. But, you know, so what do you say? The Colts are going to be the worst team on their schedule. And I'm like, oh.
Well, this will be definitely one of them. I think they're going to – so they're at 7.5 wins like us. And I do think they will go under that.
Okay, but you
so
said they're –
you put like
but you started with you're the worst team.
You put a 5 or 6 win team. I mean – right, give or take, they'll be one of the worst.
You have a schedule that if you play your best.
So it depends, like, how bad do you think the Jets are going to be? Like, it depends, like, teams like that. Like,
I don't know. Let me ask you, how much you trust that quarterback?
Not much. Not much. I don't think the Jets are going to be great. I think they'll be, it'll be tough, right? Those divisional games usually are.
No, always. Patriots, by the way, Patriots were tough last year.
The Patriots are the big mystery, right? Because everyone thinks, the national media, I guess, thinks the Patriots are going to be, like Super Bowl contenders. So like the darlings of
all the national stuff, and and
I know,
and the paper teams, and we've been the paper teams before.
Well, they all think the Dolphins are going to be one of the worst teams in football.
They do.
We have the Dolphins down there in like the late 20s and all those power rankings.
We have a few guys that come on this radio show that have been coming on for a long time that don't think that the team's going to be very good. So, and don't like the way the thing, what it looks like and the things that happen with the trade before the season started. So, but now, all that stuff, whether you believe, you don't believe, you think it's a 5-win team? I don't think it's a 5-win team. Yesterday, Kyle Crabbs said 10 wins.
Be nice. 10. The problem, though, with 10 is like, what is that? Does that get you in the playoffs? Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, maybe.
10 gets you a wild card.
Okay, so let's say you get the wild
9
card.
sometimes gets you a wild card, but not always.
So you get it. So you get into the playoffs as a wild card.
Yes.
Is that
No, because you got to
the
go
problem
back.
then again? Because
gotta go
now
play
you got
one
all
of
these
those.
fans that are gonna be like, "Well, we're just this is all we are, and we're gonna bring everyone back," and people get riled up with that. So
This team needs to find a way. And listen, the Buffalo Bills, they got same cast of characters back. Would they win 13, 14 games last year? We play them early in the year on a Thursday night football game. That's coming up before you know it, right? Same week.
you should be able to be the second best team in this division, hopefully. I mean, that's the goal, right?
That would be the goal. Yes. That you got to get that 2 spot. But anyway, hey man, there's a lot of games, and if they don't play well, and by the way, this is all with Tua in the lineup. We should start with that. This is with Tua. All this is with Tua. You have to go with Zach Wilson, who's got a lot of starts. It's just going to be a drop off, and the things you want to do with this team, it's just. You see where Zach's coming from. You see where this thing's built. This thing is built for Tua and what Tua does best and how he gets his guys the ball. And some of the things Tua does, Zach just doesn't do. He just, those slants and throwing it as those guys are coming out of their break. He's even said it's weird for me to throw a ball and I see a safety behind my receiver and I'm throwing right at that safety. Tua does it. He looks it off, comes back, and hits those skinny posts and slant routes and crossing routes between linebackers and corners. And so this is all with Tua for the success. All bets are off once again for me personally if we got to go to a backup quarterback.
Well, it's more than all bets off. They have to go back up. It's probably going to get ugly. And then you go, I mean, big picture would be even uglier, right?
Well, we had the double ugly because our guy was bad and got injured.
Yeah.
But it's not only did he play poorly against Seattle, he got knocked out of the friggin' game. What, did he break his ribs?
Yeah, but to me, it's more about the big picture. Like if he goes down again, then then you got to start looking big picture here. But someone said, wow, guys, I have no skin in the game. You guys are way off. Dolphins have a hard time going 4-13. That comes from the 561. Another 561 says ChatGPT says 10 wins. We're good to go.
I don't see how somebody has this team.
No, they're not gonna go
winning 4-13. I by the way, and that's kind of what Mike Florio's saying.
There's no, well, the only way that happens if Tua gets hurt in the opener or something.
Now
if they lose the opener,
what?
There's definitely a chance the wheels come off.
After one game?
Yeah, I think this is a big game. This is a big game because, again, I don't know how the records are going to shake out. I don't know which is going to end up being the worst team. But
they can't even play a home game, and you already go, that's it.
Can we all just at least agree that the Colts are not one of the better teams on your schedule? Can we all agree on that at least? I don't know. They don't have to be the worst, but they're certainly not one of the best.
No, I agree. But that's not what you started with.
Fine.
You said, then take back what you said. Well, because you said they're the worst team on the schedule.
I think they're going to win 5 or 6 games, Joe.
Okay, so you went right back to it. You just don't want to. You can't say
their win total.
What?
Why is that so outrageous? I think they're going to go under their win total. And anyone who thinks the Dolphins are going to go under their win total, they're at the same as the Colts. Has them as,
All right.
5 or 6 wins is bad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, pretty
Thank
bad.
you for telling me that.
No, you're welcome.
Thank for the worst team in football. The Colts are. Daniel Jones is bad. Boy, that's.
Well, at least he won the job.
I don't know how much competition he had, honestly.
I got our first John Gruden text in the morning. But...
John Gruden, got to get John Gruden. That guy now that you bring it up, he will. You said John Gruden text coming in. We're going to get John Gruden all the time. Do me a favor. You guys just tell each other that John Gruden came in.
You don't want me to announce it?
No, you don't have to. You just do it. That's your thing. Hey, I want to tell you about a couple of guys that are pretty damn good, and I hope you don't have to go through an automobile accident. I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish getting hurt, slip and fall. that wasn't your fault. I don't listen. I get it, man. Nobody wants to go through that, but when you do, and you've been injured, and now you go to a law firm, you have to decide on a law firm, and you go to one of those beautiful TV commercials out there, and you go, hey, that's the guy I want. That's the guy I want right there. And they go, oh, no. He's just kind of a front guy for the law firm. He'll shake your hand, but he's not going to actually handle your case. Well, whoa, really? Yeah, but look at all our attorneys in there. We got some really good young ones in there. Hey, listen, I don't know if that's what you want to sign up for. I thought you want to sign up for great results with Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys who are ready to take really good care of you. Shake your hand and take your case from start to finish. More than 30 years of experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. Let's talk about compassion and communication. Gary and Harvey believe you give your number out, and while you're sitting there injured and starting to feel like a second or third stringer and that law firm you're with doesn't really care about you, I can tell you Harvey and Gary do. Yeah, you can always get a hold of them, even on the weekends. Call them if, hey, man, what's an update? I need to know what's going on. Can you tell me we're just talking about it? Hey, no problem. Go to ConanJudah.com, read the reviews, partners who you can always reach, always get a hold of, made us feel like we were their only client. That's what one happy client had to say. Hey, go to 866-FAIR-FEE, go to ConanJudah.com, and remember this, don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody. What do you have
I'm
for
just
us
glad
now?
to get to the headlines, man.
Oh,
Things
go
are getting
ahead.
really
Worst
mean
team in the NFL, the Colts. Go ahead. What
Did I
do you
say
have?
worst or did I say one of the worst?
You said the
I
worst.
got to backtrack. I'm going to go back to the tapes. Maybe.
It doesn't matter. I just enjoy going. They're the worst team in football
I don't
now.
care. All they just got to win this game.
Exactly.
Man. Please just win
You
this
didn't have to
game.
make your point by calling the Colts the worst team on their schedule. Go ahead. And what do you have
Don't make
for
us come in here on Monday to a loss. Yeah, the text machine's bad as it is. We don't even kick things off. All right. Anyway, Joe. It was a good weekend for viewership for college football, as I'm sure you would have imagined here.
Tell me Notre Dame had to just kill it.
They did. So ABC had 3 audiences over 10 million viewers during the weekend. I guess you can imagine which
USF and Boise State.
Yes. On Thursday.
No, I'm playing with you. LSU and Clemson, big numbers.
Yes. That was number 3. That was 10.4. You know which one was number 2?
1 and 2. I watched 1 and 2.
No,
Texas, Ohio State.
No,
No,
it was on Fox.
Oh, that was Fox.
We're on ABC right now.
Sorry,
We'll get
sorry.
there.
You're
Don't
right.
jump the
Sorry
gun.
about that. I did.
Number 2, Florida State and Alabama, 10.7 million viewers.
Wow.
That, by the way, was up 69%.
A lot of rednecks watch that game. Go ahead. What else?
Okay. Man, it's getting nasty here today. Miami Notre Dame, of course, was number 1. 10.8 million viewers. Do you have any thoughts of the demographics on that one? Who
Good Catholics, bad Catholics. I might as well let's get everybody involved in this. By the way, they ran that friggin' show last night. I was going through the TV.
Which shows that?
So I'm watching the U.S. Open, and I
Yeah.
flip it over. They got Catholics and convicts.
Oh, the 30 for 30?
Again, they've run it. I understand running it before. They ran it after. It must be doing really well, so they keep running it.
I'm surprised to hear you flipped off.
And I got to tell you, man, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
But there's a divide in the Catholic Church right now between Catholics down here. We got a lot of Catholics. Not stereotyping which group of people are Catholics, but and they're not happy with Notre Dame Catholics.
Okay. Well, you have your pulse on that. So that's that's your
just
thing.
One of the great devout Catholics we have in town.
Anyway, the Bill Belichick failure. That's a little over 6 million viewers for that one.
I'm surprised with that. What that had to be after what the first quarter, and then everybody turned it
I'm
off.
guessing the problem was that thing probably
Dip quickly.
But in good news, Joe, for Fox, they had their big noon Saturday, as you mentioned.
What kind of number?
It was the most watched week 1 college football game on any network in history. 16.6 million viewers.
16 million watched that game. And by the way, it ended up being a good game right to the end.
Well,
as
funny
bad
you should
as
say that, because it peaked at 18.5 from 3 o'clock to 3:15 when the game was getting good. And people realized the guy could, was throwing at people's feet 3 yards away. And
18 million.
Big numbers. They're hungry for football out there. See what kind of numbers tonight gets.
It'll be a lot more than those numbers.
Yep.
Right?
I would think it's gonna be big. But those are really 18 million is big.
Hey,
That's
listen,
a big number.
Once again, it's a reminder. I believe Miami had the highest rated games in the ACC because that's part of the new makeup of
I think
money.
they did last season, yes.
Yes.
And they got it in week 1. Very, very close margin, though. FSU did pretty well as well.
Oh, you're right. They did.
Yeah, it was like
FSU
10.8
Alabama.
to 10.7 there. So,
and by the way, that was I when you beat somebody like that, is that an upset? I mean, they pounded them.
I stormed the field.
What'd that have to do? I don't care about storming the field. I said they pounded them in the game.
You only storm the field or the court when it's an upset, right? I mean, kind of how it works.
That's true. I guess if you're used to win, like Alabama when Saban was there, they're
So,
leaving in the fourth quarter going, we win again. Let's go get drunk.
Act like you've been there before, right?
All right. Got you.
All right. The NBA, Joe, looks like they are finalizing a USA versus the world format for the 2026 All-Star game, which will be on NBC.
Really good move.
I don't know how much that will distract from the current I don't think you have players getting investigated for point shaving. You have owners getting investigated for cheating. You have Charles Barkley taking aim at all these networks for screwing the fans. So the NBA's got their fair share of problems.
What did Barkley say? I didn't see Barkley stuff.
Oh, Barkley teed off on the NBA, and they have no idea when their show's going to be on. The fans are getting screwed because they're not going to be able to find the game.
By the way, it is kind of weird. Why would ESPN not be pumping up those guys on that show?
I don't know, man. The same reason they put commercials in Red Zone, because they ruin everything. I don't know.
Like, listen, all your NBA people on ESPN, all of them take a back seat to that show. Every day. There's a reason they change that show every week.
Yeah. Good luck telling them that about Stephen A. Smith, though. I'm guessing
he's not.
They
getting
think
off
he's
that
the big
show.
dog. Yeah.
I'll bet he's trying to work his way onto the Barkley Shaq show right now.
Yeah, right. All right, Joe. 2 more for you here. First one, we have a Kobe Bryant jersey that is coming up for auction here. This is how about this for an investment? Somebody bought this jersey, Joe. This is the first number 24 jersey that Kobe ever wore. So it was back in November 2006, the first time he ever, he switched from 8 to. So this jersey sold on eBay.
Yeah.
Within a few weeks of the game, back again in 2006, for $10,875.
Okay.
Fast forward, now we're about 20 years later, give or take.
$3 million.
They expect it to go over $1 million. Wow. Not bad for an investment.
Man, I never thought jerseys and cars.
Game-worn jerseys, man.
Friggin' dollars. Ever saw that coming.
Pretty crazy, right? It's even crazier that someone get that for $10,000. Like a game-worn Kobe jersey with significance like that.
Yeah.
And it's signed. It says it's inscribed on it. Pretty
crazy.
Cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, and our final one here, Joe. This was big news here. Uber is going to now be accepting cash as a payment for riders. I know this has been a big thing for you here. You like to pay in cash. You like to circumvent the
I don't want to go through that, but when I do get a good Uber driver and they offer, I do grab their number. Yes, as long as they're good and I like their car.
Now, this is only for riders who have been verified by Uber, meaning their account information has been referenced against a third-party database, and you have to put a selfie photo in there as well. Those will be the only people that can pay cash to these drivers. They cannot accept payment between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. So
overnight,
when it's
little
dark.
shaky.
Yeah.
A little shady out there.
A lot of the drivers have come out here and said that they don't feel particularly comfortable with this.
I could see that.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, I would think this is probably a bad idea for them.
Give me your money. Give me your money now.
Yeah, I mean,
that could be a problem. Yeah.
This Uber carries cash. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right. Lots of it.
Put a sign on it.
Lots of it. I'll be in your neighborhood soon. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm still a cash guy.
I know you're a cash guy. We had people send us this story on Twitter. They were so excited for you. By the way, when I saw this yesterday, the first thing I thought it was you.
Man, and less things are taking cash. Very frustrating out there.
Yeah. You still use it, though. You're clinging to it.
I got the cards,
that.
Man. I just
You're not a rewards
I get the
points
cards.
guy,
I know. She's into all of it. And I just give me cash. I know there's no payment after I pay.
What do you do with the coins after you pay? Like if you go to your Dunkin' in the morning, I mean, I assume you just tell them to just keep whatever. But
yeah,
if you were to get coins back, what do you do with them? Do you keep them in the cup holder of your car? Like, what do you do with them?
I don't know. They end up in the house, but I don't know.
Do you have a piggy bank somewhere?
I don't know I don't know.
Bank? Like,
you're right. I don't.
Do you go to Publix and dump them in that machine?
No,
that spits out cash.
There's change somewhere, but I don't carry change around.
All right. Someone said it's pretty stupid now. Uber drivers getting robbed. Yeah, I don't like this, to be quite honest.
I would think I know you're thinking bigger tip even, right? Hey, you gotta look at the guy, so you want to, think he might get a bigger tip but at the same time, give me your money. Give me your money. That's all I can think is give me your money now.
We're gonna do like a story on this in a few weeks. Robberies up 100%.
Yeah, Uber might want to think more. I think about it in the last 20 seconds. They might want to think about this one a little bit. That doesn't sound like a great idea. But if I know the guy and he's really good, and I go, hey, do you work on the side? He turns it off. He goes, yes, I do. I do use them, Woody. There's Uber people and there's Uber that like private clients.
I think they have car services for that, though.
Better private client when they got a nice car, a nice clean car.
Stay safe out there to all of our drivers, man.
Yeah. Oh, my
God.
God.
I don't know if
When's this thing kicking in, Woody? That was a crazy story.
I guess they're doing it. It says they're doing it in some test markets here.
Well, like in the Midwest somewhere, in little towns or something?
Well, they probably got to warm it up before they get into places like Miami. Because I feel like Miami is where South Florida probably in general.
That's just a matter of time.
Things could. We're big on those nightclub robberies, right? That's what we're known for. The guy goes out and wears the fancy watch.
No, you know what? We are number one. I heard we are number one at our girls drugging up guys.
We're number one.
Yeah. And getting them in their hotel room. They pass out.
Yeah.
They end up not getting the sex because they pass out before the sex. And then the girls take their stuff and bolt, take off.
So it's a win-win for
and the guys can't say anything because they're married. In
Yeah.
another market, they are married. They have to just take the hit. That's a nightmare right there.
Vegas is a close second, but
we're good, though. We've had a lot of people drugged up here. Remember our running back? But that dumbass, he left the girls in his bed. He went to work out. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
I got to be careful saying that because he's a fighter. He's a badass, too. All I need is him to catch me on the chin and send me into another world, Woody. Hey, we got 8 o'clock hour coming up here, man. Kim Bocamper is going to join us a little bit later on. Bo will be in. Brett McMurphy, College Football Insider, will be in. Atlantic Men's Clinic is always in. And, folks, if you're going through ED and low T, not folks, guys out there, I want to tell you, man, nothing to be embarrassed about. It's going to happen to everybody. Low T and then ED. Starts with low T. You're tired all the time, moody, foggy, not sleeping well, all signs of a bad case of low T. Then on top of that, ED. And you're going, oh, no, not this. Oh, no, not. Now my sex drive was hit and miss, and now it's completely gone. Oh, boy, I got a problem here. Well, listen, I got good news about low T and ED. First of all, every man's going to have it at some point in their life. Some guys 40s, 50s, 60s. It's going to happen. But it sure is nice to have Atlantic Men's Clinic because you're going to get great results. You really are. I got great results, and I was full-blown ED and low T. It couldn't have been any worse. I got the PSA test done, met with their professionals. They put me on a program, and real quickly, in a couple of weeks, my energy felt great. My sex drive was back. I just was like, wow, I feel a lot younger again. Chasing that wife around. She's running from me. It was beautiful, man. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, including the Hollywood location. If you're going through it, I know guys don't go around talking about this. This is something we're embarrassed to talk about. Call them today. 877-455-7300. And just so is Joe Roseman here? And they're going, yes, he does come. He's an Atlantic Men's Clinic client. 877-455-7300. Go down, get on the program, get great results, start feeling younger, start feeling good again. Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com, get more information.
By Doral Hyundai, the number one Hyundai store in the nation, just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Week 1 in the NFL opens up tonight with the Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Kickoff is at 8:20. The Dolphins will open up their season on Sunday on the road in Indianapolis. And the Marlins, who were swept by the Nationals, falling 10-5. Miami will get a day off today before hosting the Phillies for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Yep, the National Football League is back tonight. The Dallas Cowboys travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles for Thursday Night Football. Big numbers on NBC tonight. Of course, NBC second game's not bad Sunday night either. Ravens travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Hell, that's actually a better game. Probably right. MVP quarterbacks.
Say. Yeah.
Hell, now that I think about it, that might be the best game of the weekend.
Yeah, those are classics when those two get together, right?
That's
those are the two quarterbacks, by the way, that can't get over the hump, the Mahomes hump. Right?
This one guy keeps him out.
Yep.
One guy. How many guys did Brady do that to, I wonder, too?
Probably many.
A lot of guys.
Except for Eli Manning.
AFC. That's right. Eli's the only guy. And those two Super Bowl wins that Eli had against the Patriots, one game, a heavy underdog, big underdog.
Yeah.
It's going to put him in the Hall of Fame.
And as well it should.
Yeah. I beat you twice.
Yeah, it should put him, but
my brother might have taken some beatings from you, but I got you.
I'm guessing Brady did that to a lot, but Allen and Jackson are so good too, though, man. And those are both MVPs every year, right? Like, those guys are so good and can't get past.
So
the problem is they're always going to run into each other too, right now. Like that's the other issue. Those teams are probably going to meet in the playoffs.
So who wins? Who gets to a Super Bowl? Forget when. Who gets to the Super Bowl in the AFC first when it's not Kansas City? Is it going to be Buffalo? Yeah. Is it going to be Baltimore?
Well, Baltimore has a better roster. I don't think anyone
could it be Cincinnati?
That, right?
You look at all those quarterbacks.
You think Baltimore, I think, has a better roster than Buffalo, you would say, right?
Yes. All day, all night.
Yep.
Better in a lot of places. They got that team stacked on both sides of the football.
Well, they have better receivers. They have better running game, obviously. I mean, that Derrick Henry is special.
Guys, yes, still.
Has not slowed down.
No. They got some great players on defense.
Yeah, their defense is really good, but
really
Buffalo
good. Buffalo
always
defense.
finds a way too, but
yeah. And playing in Buffalo is not easy. We haven't had a great track record there either.
So I've heard.
Occasionally close. Some uglies up there. We've seen a little bit of everything. Perfect quarterback rating.
Yeah.
We've had that. Both those guys did that. They both had a perfect quarterback rating against us. Lamar's had one against us. Wait a second. Lamar might have had two against us.
Lamar had one, but that was the tank year, wasn't it?
No, but he had another one on that game. Didn't he have a perfect QB rating the night in that big game late in the year, a couple of years ago? We went up there. We're playing for the best record in AFC.
Yeah, and he torched us.
And his guys were – it was – weather sucked, and his guys were making catches all over the field. One-handed. It was just –
yeah, he's got a monster arm too. I know people don't seem to give him a lot of credit for his throwing, but
I think if
Lamar's got a big arm.
If they don't know that Lamar has a really good arm, then that's very sad that they wouldn't notice. He is a great runner, though. Don't get me wrong.
But those two are so fun to watch, and they go against each other because they both run. They both have monster arms.
And Eagle will be involved in Week 1 when they got to run. Yeah, they.
Someone asked, does Joe still want to have Josh Allen's baby?
No, but he's damn good.
Yeah, well, he got married in the offseason.
He did.
So
he's
off the market for you, Joe.
Yeah,
sorry.
He is. I know. And when I started that, a lot of you disappeared, though, that were on me for talking about how good Josh Allen was all the time. And I noticed a lot of you have left. A lot of you realize, damn, he's pretty good.
He's really good. I don't think you need to defend him.
We
this
had
morning.
a chance. I'll just leave it at that. We had a chance.
There's always a chance.
We had a chance
There's always a
to
chance.
get him.
Chance to get Lamar, too.
Well, he was up for everybody.
I mean,
by the way, that's what makes
you want to do that this morning.
No, I don't. I don't want to do that, but that's part of what makes Baltimore one of the greatest organizations, from Ozzie and now the new guy, although Ozzie is still a consultant there, down to the bottom of somebody going, they did something you don't see very often. They had Joe Flacco as their quarterback. Big Joe stands back there with the big arm. They can't run a lick. And they won a Super Bowl with him.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, Joe, time to move on. We don't feel it. And they bring in Lamar, and you're like, ooh, those guys are on a different offense. They changed their offense for Lamar to really fit his game perfectly as a passer and as a runner. Look at his record in the regular season.
Yeah. But he's
Right? They haven't missed a beat.
He's really improved as a passer, though.
Yeah, he has. He's worked hard on that, and he has. You're right. Yes.
Needless to say, that will be a fun game to watch, yes.
That's all. That's all. We're trying to hype it up a little bit. That's that'd be a good way to do it. So anyway, besides all of that and all of this stuff we have going on, we got some college football, and we're going to have Brett McMurphy join us here in this 8 o'clock hour. We'll talk to Brett about college football, the University of Miami, Notre Dame going forward, Florida State. Boy, another nice story. How good is Florida State now? How good's their confidence, by the way, to get that win after being so bad a year ago? One thing about college football, if you hit on the transfer portal, it speeds the process up so much. They did a breakdown yesterday in the paper, the day before. It might have been Barry Jackson. Was it Woody? I don't know who wrote it. But it was talking about all the transfer portal players, starting with Carson Beck, and talking about all the guys that played well that they had just signed on the defensive side of the ball. And the center, by the way, new center, graded out higher than anybody. And then the one-handed catch from a guy you brought in through the transfer portal. So you start looking at all that stuff. And Florida State did it first year, went undefeated in the ACC. How about that? Went undefeated. Now, they were down to their third quarterback, and, of course, they didn't allow them to play. They should have, but did not allow them to play in the championship, in the playoffs. But now they're good again, and they hit on a lot of guys starting at quarterback. By the way, the transfer portal quarterback's done really well. A lot of quarterbacks off to great starts. You're right, the Cal Berkeley kid.
Oh, you looked into it, huh?
I did. You got me looking. Right. I didn't pay attention to my school. Talk about being a terrible fan.
You didn't put any money into his NIL, the
no,
quarterback?
No money.
But he is good, though. You checked.
But I will tell you, if it makes you feel better, the Cal NIL people did call me.
Did they?
I just did not pick up the phone.
Oh. Why?
Man got to take care of his money right now.
Jeez, man.
Sorry, this is a
very selfish.
Sorry, this is a bad time. It's not a good time for me. Go Bears.
That's terrible. You don't even answer for these people.
Go Bears. It's bad. Sorry. Not good. The whole deal.
This poor guy's like, all right, he's got a list of the most prominent alumni, and you won't even answer the phone. He's got to call people like you and Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers
probably a rough.
I'm guessing Aaron Rodgers probably could give some money, right?
I'm sure if he wanted to.
You think he does?
No, I wouldn't think so.
I'm guessing he doesn't either.
He doesn't seem like a guy who gives money to anything or anyone. I don't know.
The only thing is that maybe he did. Ron Rivera is the general manager now at Cal. Mm-hmm. Better in charge of basically everything.
So you think Aaron might have the relationship through that?
I think if Ron made a direct call to me, I'd give him money. I couldn't say no to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm guessing it would be the same with
Aaron.
Yes, for a lot more money.
Usually, like when guys get that wealthy, they want to take care of their families and stuff, right? But he doesn't have to give any to his family, so maybe he is.
I got to tell you, today's not the day to do it, but I am convinced 100%, and I'm not alone, this woman does not exist.
By
This
the way,
wife.
what happened with that? It's been very quiet.
So everybody just gave it up.
You own this theory, by the way. I want you to know that. The whole like that this a Manti Te'o situation.
They think
You
that
own
he's going to
this.
come out and say he did some special ceremony with some girl that he's kind of been dating that really doesn't. It's nothing legal about it. And the second part is that he's just messing with everybody and doesn't care.
There's no girl at all.
No girl at all. No girl. No girl whatsoever.
I love your theory. I think it's very intriguing.
Yeah. So anyway.
Someone said if Rivera calls, you'll send him some coins. Yeah. Send him a roll
How many quarters will you take? You know, Woody, Woody, I can't believe, like, I don't know where you're right. I don't know where the coins go. You know, when they give you change.
Yeah.
I don't usually give them the change because I'm embarrassed. I just give them dollars and tips.
Well, that's why I think people like to use credit cards, though, because they don't, want to keep taking money and coins back and forth and put them in their pocket and hand them to people. And
you know what's so funny? I wrote myself a note when I go home today. Ask my wife, where's all the change going that I bring home every day?
Yeah. Maybe you guys do. Maybe you have a big piggy
maybe
bank.
Maybe she's got something that she's working on.
Well, they have those machines at Publix where you can dump all of your coins in and it counts them for you. And it's just like, I think it spits out cash.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check into that.
So
you think it's weird that I still do everything cash?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
There's a lot of places don't accept it, though.
No, I know. Dunkin' Donut, by the way, Dunkin' Donut does.
They're probably not thrilled
and
about it.
And I see everybody else, they put their phone up there and it clicks. And
the Apple
everything.
Pay action, yeah.
And not me. I go, here.
Not you. You're fighting it.
Keep everything.
You're
That's
fighting
fine.
it.
We're good. Hey, we got a lot more stuff to get to. Mike McDaniel joined us earlier. We're going to have Brett McMurphy, college football insider for On3 Sports, join us coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll have that for you. I do want to take a second this morning to tell you about Cliggy's. I love talking about Cliggy's carts, featuring Royal EV golf carts, the coolest golf carts in America today. If you are anywhere in South Florida, and right now starting to look around for what I call the family golf cart to really enjoy yourself on a Friday night, grab a beverage, go around, especially in some of these communities like where I live in Davie, everybody's out in the golf cart. You want a nice one, though. I mean, a nice one at a great price, by the way. They got them. Fully loaded. They're all electric, featuring 48 and 72-volt lithium battery options, designed and engineered to be a leader in quality and safety with aluminum frames. Aluminum frames, you don't have to worry about rust. Safety features, safe against kids. I mean, they thought of everything when they put these Cliggy's golf carts together. Adjustable front seat in their 6-seat models, which is something no one else offers. They have 4-seaters. They're gorgeous. Fully loaded custom paint jobs, including colors of your choice, sound bars, and LED lighting. Are you kidding? Before you make a decision anywhere in South Florida, Dade, Broward, I don't care where you are, you got to go to the showroom and see Cliggy's carts. They're located next to Okeechobee Steakhouse on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Call 877-CLIGGYS, KLIGGYS, or visit Cliggy'sCarts.com. Hey, man, I got to tell you, they're fantastic. Crazy Cliggy, slashing price. He is crazy, by the way. Once you get a chance to meet this guy, slashing prices, taking a bunch of money off. Crazy Cliggy, slashing the prices on all carts, highly discounted, with each buyer receiving a $200 gift certificate to the steakhouse. I can go on and on about Cliggy's carts. If you're in the market, check out Cliggy's carts. You'll love them.
It's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Toyota of Hollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. As Brett McMurphy, college football insider on 3 Sports, and always one of the best in the business for information with college football, always has been. He joins us this morning, and I had to have you on. You knew that after Miami took care of Notre Dame, and get your thoughts on, were you surprised on how physical Miami was with Notre Dame in that game?
No, Joe, I wasn't. And, I made the trek down from Tampa and watched it in person, and it's kind of what I kind of expected with Miami. And I think I had talked to you guys about it before the season. I thought that the offense would be different, obviously with Cam no longer there, but with Carson back taking over. But I thought the defense would be much improved, and it really was, except for that busted play in the Notre Dame's last drive where they hit for 60-plus yards. Notre Dame only had one other play over 20 yards, which is kind of remarkable. And I think Miami did a good job of trying to make CJ Carr just drive the length of the field and try to win the game that way. And basically he couldn't do that. And they shut down Notre Dame's running game. I mean, Jeremiah Love, one of the best in the country, he was a non-factor. And it was funny. I was talking to someone there about, Miami's offense, because it looked like Notre Dame didn't want to get beat deep either. They kept everything in front of them. And they mentioned, Carson had more dump offs in that Miami game than probably Cam Ward did the entire all of last season, because he was such a big play guy. It was either, such a risk or reward. But hey, it looks great. And man, I didn't even realize. I looked at Miami's schedule a little bit closer. Obviously, you guys know this, but this jumped out at me. Miami doesn't even leave the state until November 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, that is crazy. And then the road schedule, Florida State, obviously going to be tougher than they thought, but at SMU, and then, they end up at Pitt and Virginia Tech. So weather should not be a factor for Miami all year, and I think they can take advantage. I don't think this clinched the playoff berth for them by any means, but certainly it put them in a great position. I think a win at Florida State would go a long ways toward clinching an at-large berth. Again, you can't lose, a lot of games down the stretch, but if they can beat Florida State and get to 10-2, I don't see any way they're not in a college football playoff.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. By the way, I looked at Notre Dame's schedule. I don't think they lose another game unless Texas A&M beats them. And I don't know how good Texas A&M is, but I looked at the rest of them. USC, nobody's even talking about. I don't know how good they are. And Boise State, we saw how good they are. South Florida kicked the you-know-what out of them.
Yeah, so that's the challenge for Notre Dame. They're off this week, and then A&M comes to South Bend. That's a huge game for Notre Dame, because if they lose that game, like I just said, Miami at 10-2 is in. Notre Dame at 10-2, if you lose to Miami and A&M, you're not getting in because you don't have any quality wins. Now, USC may get into the top 25 at some point. And you're right, Boise, that's not last year's Boise team. Their offense is horrific without Genty there. USF exposed the quarterback. So that's not a top 25 team. So Notre Dame, basically, it's not fair to say somebody's eliminated from the playoffs after 2 games. But if Notre Dame loses to Miami and Texas A&M, Joe, I don't see anything left on the schedule other than potentially a ranked USC team that can really improve their strength of schedule. And I don't think that's going to be enough when you compare them with, teams in the power conferences that will have more top 25 games played.
Florida State, boy, when you beat somebody like that, I get it's an upset. I didn't realize Florida State was going to be that much better. Did that surprise you on just how well they played, including running for 236 yards?
Yeah, it really did. It was a dominating performance. I mean, the Gus bus is back. Back. Gus Malzahn, offensive coordinator at Florida State, he reunites with Mike Norvell. They're really close. And UCF fans are probably watching that game going, where was that offense last year at UCF when you were the head coach? But, the most impressive thing, Joe, is they amassed over 200 yards rushing. Well, how many times that happened under the previous coach? 0.
Wow.
Saban never gave up 200 yards rushing in any games since 2007. As impressive as Florida State was, this is a tough loss for Alabama fans. Any loss is a tough loss. But I think more to the point, again, everything's going to be compared to Saban. Whether that's fair or not is irrelevant. That's the reality of it. Since 2007, since Saban was there, Alabama was a 14-point favorite. Every time they were 14-point favorite, Saban was 129-2.
Wow.
So he only lost two games that he should have won since 2007. Kalen DeBoer is 4-4, is a 14-point favorite. That's not covering the spread. That's just a win or loss. And so that's really an issue. They've got UL and Monroe this week. They got Wisconsin, which is nothing special, and then they have an off week. Then they have Georgia. That is going to be a monumental game for Kalen DeBoer because you've got an off week to prepare from Georgia. If that thing goes south, that's not going to look good. And even though the buyout $70 million,
oh man,
to Alabama fans, do they start the blood drives right now to start raising money? I don't know, but they do something because they're not going to put up with that.
No, that's a crazy one. Hey, so I got to ask you about the Arch Manning. You can be honest with me. Were you one of those had him as a first pick overall in the draft and the greatest quarterback to come out in his third start? Because I got to tell you, some of your buddies at ESPN got a little carried away about not giving this guy a chance to grow a little bit.
Well, Paul Feinbaum, calling him the best quarterback since Tim Tebow was
he did
like criminal. Like
right.
if you could press charges, you should.
That's a good point. Oh my God! And he's sitting there, and then he looks over at Tim Tebow to tell him how great he is, and I was like, oh my God, calm down. I know you're an SEC guy, but geez, calm the F down.
I said this from the outset. This summer, I said Arch Manning is not going to win the Heisman, and Texas is not going to win the national championship. And it's not a slam towards Texas or towards Arch Manning. It's just reality, and that's how it is. You have to go all the way back to 2004 with Matt Leinart, the last preseason Heisman Trophy favorite that won the Heisman. What happens when you're the preseason favorite? Everyone wants to knock you down. Everyone wants to nitpick you and do those things. So Arch is not the one that's brought on all this attention. He's not out here doing TikToks and doing all this stuff. It's just people want to talk to him because they want people to click and watch their shows and all this other stuff. So, yeah, Joe, I didn't think he was going to be the first pick. I didn't think he was going to win the Heisman. I don't think Texas is going to win the national title because, again, I follow history a lot. In 19 of the last 21 AP number one preseason teams did not win the national championship. And that's why I don't think Texas will do it either. I think Arch did okay, probably an average game at best. But he's also playing against probably one of the best defenses in the country. They've got some tomato cans coming up the next couple of weeks. San Jose State Saturday. He'll put up some big numbers and everything.
Oh, you got that San Jose State. That's one everybody wants on their schedule. I got Kim Bocamper in here with me. So you're right about that, San Jose.
Slow down a little bit.
It's not your San Jose State when you guys were beating everybody. It's a new time. Hey, Brett, before I forget, too, I did want to bring this up. How good is this NIL stuff with Mike Gundy coming out and taking a shot at Oregon for the amount of money, calling it a $40 million payroll, give or take $1 million one way or the other. And Mike Gundy said, we're only spending $7 million. I thought there was kind of an unwritten rule that all the power schools weren't going to be doing this, and we're hearing more and more of this stuff come out.
Yeah, I actually talked to Mike this week. I don't know if you saw it. Also, he's got a cell phone commercial where he reenacts his "I'm a man, I'm a 40" rant, which is pretty funny. But I mean, basically, what he said is accurate. That's the reality of it. Is that different schools have different resources. I mean, Texas has more money than anybody. That's a fact. So, and obviously Dan Lanning pushed back on that a little bit, which, look, I'm an Oklahoma State guy, but I agree with Dan. He's like, look, if you don't want to spend the money or you don't have the money, that's your choice. Each school has a choice. You can either spend and try to keep up with everyone, or you don't, and then you see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just the way it is. Lane Kiffin kind of addressed this last year when I forgot which coach it was talking about what a great recruiting class he had. And Kiffin's like, you don't have a great recruiting class. You're spending more money than everyone else. That's why you're getting these players. So that's just how it is in college football right now. And look, I agree with Mike and I agree with Dan. I don't think either one's wrong. That's just where we're at.
Yes.
And if you don't have the money, you're not going to be able to compete at the highest level. I mean, you can pull off an upset on a Saturday. It's just the other 103, 164 days a year that you're going to get your brains beat in.
That's right. Hey, before I let you go, I really enjoyed the Bill Belichick North Carolina game. I really did. I especially the last three quarters. There's just something about him, and I know he was a great NFL coach. I'll never take that away from him. But my God, and he looks miserable. He just looks miserable doing it too. What'd you think about the game and Bill Belichick? Is his talent that bad? Because the coaching didn't look very good either.
Yeah, his talent's not very good. It's probably not fair to, and look, I was out there on Sunday. I was firing off tweets left and right. But yeah, it's probably not fair. But again, it's almost like the Arch Manning deal where, we have to, not we, but certain networks have to build things up to make it such a huge deal. And so, there's obviously a lot of resentment and people push back on that. I sent out a tweet Monday night. This is a factual tweet. It's not a joke or anything. And I got almost 6 million people saw it. And all I said was, ironically, North Carolina backup quarterback Max Johnson is 24 years old, the same age as Jordan Hudson, Bill Belichick. Now, that's a fact. It's not a joke. I'm not making 6 million.
You're a bad guy, though. That's a bad. She didn't get on TV as much after that first touchdown. We didn't get to see her as much, except for that little shot on the sideline for a second. Oh my God, that is classic. Brett, that's great stuff, man. That's very funny.
Hey, I got one more. And this is true too. Weird stat. In the history of college football, Super Bowl champion coaches with 24-year-old girlfriends have never won any games as a college head coach. Enjoy the meal.
All right. Hey, Brett, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on today.
I'll be here all week.
All right. Thank you. Brett McMurphy, College Football Insider on 3 Sports. All right. Hey, listen, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Miami Sports
Well, at the end of the day, I feel like it's about the team, and I don't need a title to be able to lead. I'm gonna continue to push the standard. You know what coach and these guys are pushing in the locker room, and I've always been a guy that led by example. So captain thing is great, but like I say, I'm gonna continue to do the small things, man, which is work hard, show up each and every day, and bust my tail for this team and try to win games.
All right, that's Tyreek Hill. We were all kind of all wondering after the 6 captains were chosen, and he wasn't one of them. And said all the right things, Bo. As
yeah, you can say anything you want.
The only problem you're gonna have, and I said this morning, he needs a football, or he's gonna.
He
should get it anyway. Yeah. He's number 1 receiver.
You know what? You know what I was thinking about this. You know what Tyreek needs to be. Tyreek needs to be an attraction, not a distraction. What he's been is a distraction on this. And last year, look, you give him the money last year, and look, I hope he plays well. I really do hope he plays well. But from day one, opening day, the guy becomes a distraction to the team. That's so it's opening day, Hard Rock Stadium's full. Everyone's just talking about Tyreek and what happened there. And then it goes along. And then every time you turn around, it's something, and then he walks out on the team. So, to me, it's just, I need to see him. It's easy to say what he just said.
Right.
Well, okay. You're
on the show me program.
I'll take it as you said it. Okay. I'm gonna trust you that you're going to see that, but I'm not going to trust until I see what you're talking about.
So
it just, I don't know. It's not just him, it's, I think there's a lot of guys on this team that need to really, they to me, and this is probably the wrong verbiage, they need to repay Mike and this football team for the commitment they've made to them, right? We're gonna let you run the team. You guys are gonna be you guys are gonna police the team. You're gonna do this, that. Okay. If you're gonna give that, if you're gonna get that, if you're gonna want that, then you got to play like you can't be the petulant kid in the playground that's always shouting at somebody and then doesn't get anything done.
Bo, it's so I take it. I said, all right, he said all the right things. It's great. The real test will be the 4 catch for 36 yards or 4 catch for 40 yards and maybe 6 targets where he is not the priority guy and it goes to the other side and everybody else gets the ball. Then we'll see how he handles everything.
Well, everyone knows that. I mean, it's like 2 years ago, everything was great, right? Everything was great.
Getting 12 a game.
Getting targets, making catches, almost getting that 2,000-yard mark was there for about 3/4 of the season.
It was
right.
It was looking pretty good. It was looking pretty good,
and then he kind of got dinged up a little bit. I think in Frankfurt, I think that's where he kind of got dinged up early, or maybe in anyway. So, look, I'd like to see that again. I think everyone would like to see that because if Tyreek plays the way he needs to play, Waddle's going to be much better too.
Yes,
it's
good for offense. We're going to score more points.
Yeah,
if he's really good, I think the 2,000 yards is a dream.
No,
I really do.
Yeah.
But hey, give me 1,500 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I'd love to see those guys 2,500 yards.
Between the two of them,
2,500 yards. 2,500 yards.
Yeah, between the two of them.
I had to think about those numbers.
About 18 touchdowns, maybe 20 touchdowns between the two of them.
Damn, Bo.
Look, what's it going to,
Geez, that's 2 Pro Bowl years.
So let me ask you this. How many touchdowns do you think it's going to take from your receiving core this year to get to the playoffs and win a playoff game? How many catches? How many touchdowns would you expect out of those guys? If you're going to if that's where you want to be. Now, if you want to be you're
talking about the whole group.
If you want to sneak into the wild card again, then that's a different story.
Oh, I think first of all, Tua playing 17 games.
Yes,
by the way, this is always without saying. Tua 17 games.
I think everybody knows that's the unspoken thing.
Yeah. So we don't have to always say
let's
it.
just assume he's going to play that, and we'll see how the cards play out.
So 17 games, Tua needs to throw 2 touchdowns a game. He needs to be in the mid-30s for touchdowns.
And you got to have a 4-touchdown game every now and then.
Yes.
Right?
Hey, by the way, the other part is we had Kyle Krabs on. It was interesting. He hit on the schedule more than most people. So, Joe, this schedule, they're going to be favoring a lot of these games where everybody thinks are going to be so bad.
Yeah.
And he looked and, he's throwing them all out there. And
look at the first 4 games. I mean, you got,
you believe the Jets and the Patriots at home, you got to win.
Well, look,
got to win those games.
But what you do now, that's probably going to be if you walk out of that thing, 3-1, you go, okay, maybe we got a shot. You walk out of it 2-2, you go, oh, geez,
No.
You go out of it, one of it,
you need to go 3-1.
You darn right.
Well,
you darn right.
Well, 2 of them are AFC East opponents at home.
Exactly. It's exactly.
You want to win those 2 games.
Yeah. And so, it's got to get done.
By the way, they just need to get off to a good start, play well.
Look,
they need to chew up this Colts defense.
Yeah. But you know what I've seen over the last couple of weeks, you get now it's okay. Here's, all the newspapers come looking at the New York papers. They're coming out with, and they got the Dolphins sitting at the bottom of the pile. And
everybody, the power rankings.
Yeah.
Mike Florio, we have on tomorrow. What do you have? Is 29th, 30th in the league. Pete Prisco, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete wasn't very. Pete was not a fan of CBS.
And they piled on with Tua when they do the quarterback power rankings too. He's been towards the middle or the bottom.
Well, you know what? But he's in. Look, I'll give him. He's been incomplete because of the injuries and this and that. I mean, but look, when he played a full 17 games, he was pretty good.
He has been able to play well against the teams he should play well against.
And
on the road later on in the year against the really good teams,
he
is.
Yeah.
Like the team struggled a little bit.
So that's those all those comments, all those wherever you rate Tua, whatever you talk about Tyreek, whatever you talk about the running game, whatever to talk about the secondary, you've got to shatter that thought that this team is a team that could win early, but late in the season, you're just going to collapse. And so until you stop it, it's going to continue, and you can be the general manager, the coach, the players can be upset with everyone that's talking about it. Oh no, we're better than that. No, you're not. So who's you are what you are.
Right.
You are. You are what you are.
Yeah.
And they have been what they are. And that's the dialogue that you're going to get till you change it.
Last year, Thanksgiving, last game, we go to Green Bay, and everybody was saying the same thing. And sure enough, we played cold. Yeah. We played like the cold weather. We didn't tackle well.
No, I mean,
bad. It was just everything. And you're going, that's a knock on us right there. The Green Bay game.
Yeah. May have been the worst tackling all year. Yeah. And look, I'm trying, you're trying to say, no, it wasn't the cold. I like after the game, I said, look, it wasn't the cold. It was just bad tackling, and certainly the cold, it affects you, but you got to, and the talk going in, like, oh no, we're not, no, it's not that cold. We're not going to get wrapped up or bundled up. Well, they didn't. And then they didn't play very well.
Right. Wasn't good.
I don't know. It's just this, I
feel
like I'm aggravated now.
Yeah, right.
And the team hasn't even played a game yet.
We don't want that.
Just because I'm so used to the expectations over the last quarter of a decade.
I know you've had what I've had here recently. The one guy I went to you got me. Thank you. I got signed up for colonoscopy.
Beautiful.
So I came out and a guy waiting for me. And he wanted to talk about.
Did you go get it?
No, not yet. I had to go through I had to get through all the stuff.
Good.
All the medicine I'm on. And
good.
You and I are on the blood thinner thing and all that stuff. Hey, we got 9 o'clock hour coming up. Around the clock, air conditioning, plumbing. They're up every day for you, 7 days a week, working with 135 trucks on the road, 7 days a week, and going 37, almost 38 years into business. They're around the clock, air conditioning and plumbing. I always had people go, there's a lot to choose from. I see their trucks everywhere. What do you think, Joe? And well, let me just tell you this. I know one thing. They're about great service. There's a reason they have so many people, trained and certified technicians for the air conditioning side, licensed, experienced plumbers for the other side. They go 7 days a week. We have a warehouse full of air conditioning units. We have a warehouse full of water heaters, meaning that when you have a problem and it's not working and it's dead and it's never going to work again, same day installation is always the goal, even if it takes one extra day. They're going to be there as fast as possible. Financing plans available for you as well. Family owned and operated. Not actually just getting bigger and better at Air Around the Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing. It's Eric and Mike and Chippy and the rest of them over there, ready to take good care of you. The next time you have any kind of air conditioning or plumbing problem, when you call them, say, hey, Joe Rose. And by the way, if anybody goes, who's Joe Rose? You tell them, hey, I'm not dealing with you. And I won't deal with you again. I have an ego. 1-888-349-6922. Remember the name, Air Around the Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
Sports lives
This update is brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast we're checking for a crater. Volkswagen's priced like they lost their mind. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one. Week 1 in the NFL opens up tonight with the Eagles hosting the Cowboys. Kickoff is at 8:20. The Dolphins will open up their season on Sunday on the road in Indianapolis. And to the Marlins, who were swept by the Nationals, falling 10-5. Miami will get a day off today before heading home to host the Phillies for a 3-game series beginning tomorrow. The Joe Rose Show continues now, but first, let's head out west for a sports update.
Hello, everybody. Mike Hunt here for 106.9 The Bone. And it's great to be back with our first Milpitas sports update of the 2025 football season. It was a huge start for the Trojans, who knocked off Oak Grove this week. Milpitas had a seamless transition at quarterback, with Jack McCock graduating. The torch was passed to his younger brother, Jack McCock II, who started off the opener a bit slow, but finished very strong late. Over to our local college team, the San Jose State Spartans, who got off to a slow start, falling to Central Michigan. The Spartans will get an easy one this week when they head to Austin to take on Texas. Players and coaches are expecting success, with Arch Manning unable to complete a pass further than 3 yards. It's been a big start for our teams here at Milpitas. Now, let's send it back to my guys, 7-0 Bo and company man Harold in Miami.
All right. Yeah. That's hard to beat right there.
Yeah, that, you know what? I've kind of come to embrace the Milpitas thing. Yeah, that's fine.
You have done a good job at first.
But when you go at San Jose State,
that's
like
wrong.
That's cool. That's I'm gonna get Steve DeBerg. I'm gonna get all these old guys out there, that Louis Wright, and
you had a lot of guys.
Find out who this guy is.
A lot of great ones have come through San Jose State. The problem is you guys are all getting older.
You guys got a good shot.
It's kind of. I think
nobody has any idea how good your San Jose State team was. A top 10 team in the country.
Were they?
Yes.
I tell you,
and they got screwed by us. They had us.
We had 3 first-round draft picks. Yeah. And we probably had 15 guys playing in the pros.
Yeah.
And nobody went to school.
That was why everybody loved that school. Like, Joe, you got to get down.
Hey, no. Your Cal teams at those days.
No, nobody's going to class there. No, I got to tell you, as soon as Mike White left, guys had to start going to class. It sucked. As soon as they got poor Mike White put us on probation. And
when I was at San Jose State, you had to at least be kicked out or transferred to 2 different schools before you could get in.
Bo, you got to tell that story if you don't mind.
What's that?
So this is the only time I've heard this. You were at San Jose City College.
Yes.
And you were practicing with San Jose State, even though you weren't at San Jose State yet. You were still practicing.
So I wasn't getting recruited, and so I'm at San Jose City College. I'm working a graveyard shift at a coffee shop. I can't name the name because it's offensive to people now. In Skid Row in San Jose, I'm throwing bums out of the homeless. Let me put it. Right. Then it was bums. Now they're homeless.
Right.
Throwing homeless out because they serve like a 10-cent coffee, all you can drink. And they would sleep in the booth, so I had to roust them from there. So I'm doing that overnight, and I'm going to San Jose City College, right? And I got no money, and I'm driving like an old Pinto or something, and so I can't. No one's recruiting me, and so.
But you played at San Jose City, so now they've seen that you can play.
So I played at San Jose City College, and I played tight end. And you know what got me? During the summer we'd have a passing league. Cal was there, San Jose State was
everybody,
there.
The whole group.
So everyone they kind of saw me, but I wasn't getting recruited. And so the coach says, they hired one of the offensive line coach from my junior college. Says, hey, this guy can play. No one wants him. No one knows about him. And so I get a call from the coach, and he says, hey, we're interested. And so he says, I meet with him. And he says, well, I said, well, geez, I'm working the graveyard shift. I'm doing this. I got no money. I'm going to join the Navy, if not. But no, do that. So he says, okay, let me work on this. So he says, he comes back, he calls me, he says, okay, he said, I got a deal. He says, here's what I'll do. We'll give you a scholarship, but we can't give you a scholarship until the school year starts, until the next year. Okay, that's fine. But what he goes, and you know what? mysteriously once a week I'd get a call from the registrar and get an envelope, and it had $100 in it. So that happened. So I didn't have to work the graveyard shift anymore.
So they're sending you money.
And then so he says it comes to not spring ball. They do that conditioning. You just do conditioning for spring ball. So he goes, I'm going to expect you to be there. I go, well, coach, I'm not even enrolled there. He goes, you let me worry about that. So I'm driving over I'm going to San Jose City College, sitting in the breezeway because I didn't go to class. And so then once school's over, then I drive over to San Jose State, which was 10 minutes away. And I'm walking in there, guys are going, I'm like running, I'm like doing the sprint, and everyone goes, who the hell is this fucking guy? Who is this guy? They just told me to come.
This big tall lazy guy
know.
shows up. That's hilarious.
So then after that, he goes, I expect you to be at spring ball. So I go, spring ball? I can't, I mean, that's when you put on the pads. And
you were going to a different school, and you went to spring. You guys were banned.
I went to spring ball.
You were there. I put a uniform on, and
yes, and it's the same thing. I'm lining up in drills, and they're going, who is this guy? I never see him around.
So they put you at tight end, or they finally moved you to defensive end?
They moved me to they played me at it wasn't a stand-up defensive end. It wasn't a linebacker. It was kind of a stand-up and it was
that's what they did to you here.
Yeah, that's what they did to me. No, but here I covered and I rushed. There I just kind of played the run.
So the crazy part is, after all this, going to San Jose City.
Yeah.
And that story is hilarious. Like you're not even in school there, and you're in spring football, tearing it up.
And I was playing intramural basketball after that.
Going to play intramural basketball. Oh, this story gets better and better. Then you become a first-round pick.
Well, so I'll tell you a funny story too. I mean, do we got time for it? A little funny. So I actually got recruited by University. Remember University of Pacific in Stockton? Yeah. Which is
I went to some games there.
Yeah, I mean,
as a kid,
miserable. Stadium is miserable. Stockton is miserable.
Yes.
So, but I get a guy that calls me. Said, "Hey, we're looking for a tight end." So so my recruiting trip there was, we'll leave you 2 tickets and we'll call in a program if you want to bring a buddy with you to come watch it. So I go up there and I watch a game, and it's a crappy stadium. They're a crappy football team. And the guy that was with me says, "Hey, well, it's the third quarter." He goes, "What are you going to do?" I go, "Well, I'm going to go here." I go, "No one else wants me, so I'll go here." Okay. So, and this is why I'm still at San Jose City College. And so I get a call from the guy. He says, "Hey, did you go to the guy?" "Yeah." I said, "What'd you think?" I said, "Yeah, it's fine." He says, "You want to come?" I said, "Yeah, I'll come." So, okay, I'll give you, I'll be down Thursday and we'll sign scholarship papers. I go, "Okay, great." All right, now I got a place to go.
You got a place to go, a little Stockton.
And so he calls me on Wednesday and he goes, "Hey, you know what? We found a tight end we like better than you, and we gave him your scholarship." So now I got Now I got no scholarship, right? Okay, and I go, "Oh, okay." So I played him twice. We played him every year, and I beat the hell out of him.
You made sure
I bet you I got 10 sacks over 2 years against that team. Because first of all, they were bad, and second of all, I was pissed at them.
Right.
And now years later, I'm working for the Dolphins, and when I was doing radio for QAM, I would go down the field before games and interview, like, there's celebrities and guys. Yeah. So so we're playing the Jets. Guy comes up to me with a Jets gear on, taps me on the shoulder, and says, "Hey, you Kim Beaucamp?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You remember?" I go, "No, I don't remember." He goes, "Yeah, I recruited you at UOP, and I took away your scholarship." You know who that guy was? Pete Carroll.
Come on.
I swear to God, it was Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was an assistant. That was his first paid job. He had been a grad assistant the year before.
Wow, Pete Carroll.
And so Pete took my scholarship from him, and he says, "It was the worst mistake I've ever made." He says, "Because you trashed us for 2 years."
That's incredible. Boy, I tell you what.
I tell you, that turn of events.
No wonder we talk about Zach Sealer's road to there and yours.
That's like a 2-month kind of I'm in, I'm out, I'm up, I'm down,
What's the name of your coach at San Jose State? He was a bandit.
Oh, sounds Daryl Rogers.
Daryl Rogers.
Yeah.
He was a bandit. He was one of the top bandits, right?
Well,
no, Mike.
You're
my guy,
no more than Mike White.
No, Mike was bad too.
Yeah.
Mike White was a bandit.
That whole Bay Area was like that, except for Stanford. So, and in both Cal and San Jose State kicked the crap out of them
Right.
during that era.
So you know what's so funny about that thing, because of the junior colleges out there.
Yeah.
You could get real good because there were a lot of guys that went to JUCO that never went to class. It was just
look, I had 3 of my guys went to Cal.
Mike loved JUCO guys.
Three of my guys from San Jose State went.
We were afterthoughts out of high school.
Went to Cal. One of them went to Stanford, and then two other guys played in the NFL for my junior college team.
Everybody's picking apart the junior colleges. Joe Roth was a junior college
look,
guy.
If you couldn't get in, hey, you know what? O.J. Simpson was a junior college.
Yes, he was.
Aaron Rodgers was a junior college.
Butte
guy.
College. You're right.
Yeah.
No, they're all over, man. Like, what happened to the junior college system? Because now, by the way, the junior college doesn't count against eligibility.
No, you can play. Yeah,
you can go there for 2 years and you got 4 left.
Yeah,
you're 20, 21 years old. You got 4 years left. Going, who anybody want me? My ass is good now. Anyway, we got to go to break here. Boy, that's amazing. That's a great story. At San Jose City College, not even in this and out like tearing up spring football. That's amazing. At San Jose State. I never heard that. Every time I hear that, so it never gets old. Hey, South Florida, I want to tell you about Dr. Barry and his staff that are doing great stuff for guys out there that in a dark place right now, man, and trying to get out of it. We're always talking about game changers on the field, but here's one for your mental health. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with expert clinical team and innovative treatments like ketamine, which is fantastic therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs winning strategy, call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Everyone deserves a great season in life, and hopefully it will be for you. Recovery Unplugged. Check it out. It's worked for a lot of people. Heal out loud.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready for this thing to start up tonight. Cowboys at Philadelphia on NBC. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. By the way, if that's not enough, even the NFL's jumping in on high school football night. Ravens at Buffalo. Boy, did they get a couple of nice games on NBC. Good game. Bo, who do you like in that game?
Well, so everybody I don't like Dallas at all. I mean, I think Dallas is going to be trash.
How many times are you going to mention Micah Parsons' trade tonight?
Well,
times that's going to pop up
quite a bit.
You just go trash on us with Dallas?
Yeah, wow. I don't think they're going to be any good.
Numbers up to 8, by the way.
8.
Yeah,
it's going to be one of the largest spreads. You tell me that yesterday. One of the largest spreads.
I think it's still got to be the second because you got Denver. Oh no, that one's down to 8 also. That was 8.5 yesterday.
Wow.
Denver is hosting Tennessee.
So what are the Dolphins? I don't know.
1.5.
The Dolphins thing is weird though. The Dolphins are favored or actually now it's an even split. It's -110 for both on the money line.
Yeah,
really.
I thought I saw. Yeah.
So
it actually changed this morning. But
look at the difference for me: Daniel Jones and Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah. Well, so this again. I mean, look, Daniel Jones. I mean, he's another. He's
getting a second chance in life.
These quarterbacks that get reached. We've got one on our team. It's on his third team. He was number second pick in the draft. Zach Wilson. I mean, and
Coach tried to explain that to me. I'm not sure what he was.
And now you got Daniel Jones, who did nothing in New York, and now he's there. And then they got Anthony Richardson, who was it seems now was drafted too high, right?
Oh my God, he came out.
You got those.
Yeah, he's a bust.
Yeah, but
it's not good.
Give me your prop here real quick. Give me your prop bets on this one. We got Tua over or under 247.5 passing yards.
I'm gonna say over.
Okay, Daniel Jones, by the way, is at 207.5.
I'm gonna say under.
Tyreek Hill.
Wait, and I got to rethink that because I
207.5.
You love that.
I'm kind of looking at that secondary right now.
Okay, so you're going over, I guess.
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna
go over and over.
I'm gonna give the pass rush the ability to keep them under.
That would be the great neutralizer. Yes.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill over 69.5 or under.
Yards?
Yeah.
Over.
Receiving yards.
Yeah. Over.
Over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How about we go rushing here and we got Jonathan Taylor 77.5.
Ooh, I may go under that.
Achan at 61.5.
Ooh.
Ollie Gordon, by the way.
Ollie would be the big because if
you like see Ollie get at least 10 carries.
If Achan comes out and is ineffective, you got to stick Ollie in there just to give him a look, I would think.
Well, he's not going to play Achan the whole after being injured this long. He's not going to play him the whole game.
Injuries. I mean, what the injuries. I don't know what they are.
Give me one player, Bo, for an anytime touchdown. Who's going to score in this
game? For anytime touchdown in this game? I got to say Tyreek.
Okay, Tyreek is at plus 125 for an anytime.
You talking anybody in this game?
Anybody. You go defense. I have money on Zach.
I'm going
Sealer
Jonathan Taylor.
Zach Sealer. What's that? 80-1?
Yeah, it pays like 100.
Oh, you were going for the big pay there. I'm going Jonathan Taylor. What's he on this one?
Jonathan Taylor?
You asked anybody in this game?
Minus 155, dude. I mean, you didn't really go far outside the box for that one.
How about the quarterback, Luanaramo?
Oh, sweet Lou, man.
Lou, huh?
It's funny. We sat and talked about this game. It's here. Hell, I can't wait to see Lou. He was asking about you. Oh, you were there. You got to see him at the wedding.
Yeah.
Any chance of a pick 6 here?
Ooh.
Almost all the Dolphins corners are plus 5,000.
Yeah.
We're coming off a year we didn't have too many interceptions. Period.
You're thinking pick 6. I'm thinking possible end zone.
If there's
one guy, go ahead.
If there's a pick 6, if there's a pick 6, it might be a tip from maybe a linebacker.
Oh God, I just hope we have a good game.
Yeah.
I hope we have a good game and Dolphins find a way to win. Hey, Bo, we got more stuff coming up here. We got Coach Mike McDaniel joined us early this morning. If you missed it, stay for that. That's gonna happen next. Mike McDaniel will join us here. First, though, before we get into all that, want to take a second to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, all the great work he's been doing for a long, long time. Hey, man, it's about great service, really. I mean, there's a lot of mortgage companies out there. But it's about great service, getting you approved, getting that mortgage done quickly, getting you the lowest rate possible. By the way, the rate's right now in the 5s for you. If you're self-employed, been declined by the banks, he's got a great program for you. First-time home buyers, you keep missing out. Don't worry about it. Get you pre-approved for a certain amount of money. So the next time you find a place you like on a weekend, you got a chance to put in and grab it and finally get it. And not only that, go to Google reviews on the web. Choice Mortgage Reviews. They're saying a lot of great things about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. The man works 7 days a week. He has no life. Hey, matter of fact, they got a great program for seniors to convert your home equity into money, instant money for you. If you're 62 or older, you and your spouse, you qualify for this. I can go on and on about the great programs, but bottom line is, call Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. 7 days a week, this man is working. So he's working today. He'll be working all weekend. Call or text him, 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms, subject to change, daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender with 30 years of experience right here in South Florida.
Sports lives here.